Welcome back, viewers, to What's Cooking. We are again at Kitchen 82, and today we're going to make the simplest, easiest and tastiest thing you can make alone, with friends or with family. We're going to make some brownies. So joining me in the kitchen today is a chess Olympiad as well as a gold medalist for her dancing in the Namibian Championships of the Performing Arts. But I don't want to give too much away, but I'm going to tell your name if you're patient. So her name is Jamie Nicole Beekes, and she will be sharing with us her passion for dancing and for playing chess, as well as what's waiting for the future, who knows. But before we do move on, I would just like to thank Kitchen 82 and Metro for sponsoring this episode.
Hi friends!
Welcome back, viewers. As I promised you, we have a very talented individual in the kitchen with us today as we make brownies. A very easy, quick way of making them, one of the easiest ways if I have to say so myself. So welcome into the kitchen, my guest for today, Miss Jamie Nicole Beekes.
Hello everyone.
Hi Jamie, stand closer to me, I promise I won't bite. So Jamie, before we continue, can you just introduce yourself to our viewers and just tell them a little bit about yourself?
Yes. Hello everyone. My name is Jamie Nicole Beekes. I am 16 years old and I'm a chess player and a dancer.
Great. You know, I love playing chess and I love dancing, but I could never compete in any of them. I would probably make a fool out of myself. So those are the type of things I just do at home. So I'm really excited to have you in the kitchen today. I did tell our viewers that we'll be making brownies, so they know, but for you to know, you are the head chef today. I am simply here to assist you in anything that you will be needing. But before we dive into making these brownies, Jamie, can you just tell us a little bit more about where your love for chess stemmed? Because I did mention earlier that you are a chess Olympiad. So can you just tell us a bit more about where your love for chess came and where you got this title as a chess Olympiad?
Well, I've been playing chess since the age of 6. I started learning, and since then I enjoy travel, which is the main reason why I play. I enjoy traveling the world. It's a lot of fun, and the game is actually quite interesting, I will say. Growing up, I wasn't too fond of the game. I wasn't.
You didn't look forward playing the game when you were younger.
Yeah, it wasn't as enjoyable as dancing was when I was younger. But recently, I found a new love for chess. Actually, at the 45th Chess Olympiad, I quite enjoy playing chess because while playing, you kind of escape reality, because it's like you're in the battle when you're thinking of all your plans of strategy and how you're going to win. Yes, yeah. The Chess Olympiad, it's a team event. It's all the countries. So on a team, there's 5 players. But when you actually play, it's 4 players, and to score points for Namibia, you
need to win a game.
You need to win. You need a team point.
Okay.
And then
I think I got the hang of this. You know, chess was also something my dad, he didn't really force us, but he would always say it out loud, you know, to make you feel a little bit guilty. He would say, I wish my kids could play chess so we could play against each other. So I learned how to play chess. And my dad would also be like, that's a good move, but before you make a move, you should already think about your next move and your next one. And I was never good at doing that. To me, it was in the moment thing, like I want to move here, and I didn't think about the next move. But that's probably the biggest things about chess, I'm assuming, is to have a whole plan figured out for yourself. Okay, so I know that I obviously have my favorite, you know, I call it player on the chessboard, which is the queen, because she's the most powerful player there. But do you have your favorite piece on the board?
My favorite piece? It's a very, very interesting question. I haven't really thought of that. I will say also like the queen, because she can move wherever she wants.
Yeah, she's kind of a baddie.
Yeah,
She is.
she's the
She
most
can
powerful
do
piece on the
anything, 'cause
board. Yeah.
I know you're always the most like anxious and sad when your queen is taken from the board.
Yes, it
Because
is.
she can make all the moves diagonally up and down.
Yes.
It's just she's the best one to have. Of course, don't lose your king, but
Yeah.
protect your queen. Okay, Jamie, we're gonna start off. Can you tell us what we're gonna do first?
So we're gonna melt cocoa powder and butter together.
Okay, let's just put this on. These are pretty, they get really hot. So okay, let me just, because I made the mark there, so I'm just gonna cut it with the paper. Okay, this is for the first one.
Yes.
You can put that in for us. And then you take cocoa butter. So is this a recipe that you do regularly?
Yes, I do this recipe quite frequently. It's one of my favorites.
And it seems quite easy to make.
Yes,
So
it is.
this could be something that you just wake up one day and like, I am in the mood for brownies. Let's go see if I have everything
Yes.
in the cabinet. Okay, so when
I
that's
actually grab
done,
a spoon.
we did not think
Yeah.
about that. So here in the cupboard we have either this,
This is perfect.
or this.
This is perfect.
Perfect. Great. I actually don't know how to make brownies, so today I'm going to learn. Now on the show you learn to make a lot of things that seem basic, but you realize you don't know how to make it. So can you tell us more about what does the future look like for our chess Olympiad, specifically retaining to your chess career?
Can you maybe rephrase the question?
Okay, so we know what you have done to this point in your chess career. You've been to the competition. Obviously, you're going to continue playing, whether it's just at home or school. But are there any future competitions you want to take part of, or specifically, is there something that you want to do to level up your chess career, or is it a thing of you just want to see where it goes for now?
I definitely want to participate in the next Olympiad, and then a goal that I will say. Can we maybe turn it
A
down?
little bit. We'll put it on two.
Something that I want to do is, well, the next step would be my WFM title, which is Women's FIDE Master. 'Cause I'm currently a Women's Candidate Master, but I've had this title for so many years.
You want to level it up to that one. That
Yes.
makes sense, you know. And I'm excited about it. So I'm assuming it will be more or less the same, just competition vibes, except with more stronger competitive competitors against you. Or does it work a bit differently from what you've been doing?
For the Chess Olympiad, it's because it's a team event. It depends on the team where we play and how we perform in that Olympiad. But for personally, of course, we can have personal goals. And for the WFM title, I have to win 65% at the Olympiad. So this is personal.
Oh, your personal goal to do that.
Yes.
So how is the team chosen?
We have two competitions. Can we maybe, because it might be burning.
Okay, we can put this
Is
off
this
for now.
Yeah.
I told you these ones were pretty hot.
Really, yeah.
Do you need more butter?
The next step will add more butter.
Okay. What is next? And then you can answer my question later. What do we do next?
We add butter and then
Again.
I believe
Okay,
sugar.
this is where we put this entire butter and half of whatever was left of that.
Yes.
Guys, this is a really wing it recipe. But like I explained to Jamie, we've had a lot of bakers here where they have literally said baking is not as scientific and accurate. It's something you can literally experiment with and play around with. So that's what makes the tasting part of this so interesting, because you get to find out, you know, did I actually make a flop or make brownies? So I just throw this in.
Yes.
Okay, and then half of this. Okay, the whole thing just came, but let me do this. Okay,
That's
so
perfect.
while you're mixing that and you're thinking about the question that I just asked, viewers, do not go anywhere.
We can keep this off.
Do not go anywhere. Me and Jamie are just gonna finish mixing all these ingredients. Don't worry, we will tell you what we did, but we will be right back after this short break.
My Zone presents A Forever Memory. Your Schools 2024. Matric Farewell. All entrances filmed. 360 machine. Photographs. Book your packages now via all MyZone socials or email at michaela@myzone.com.na.
So before we get into making the frosting, we did leave our previous section. Yup, the brownies are just, I can smell it, it's making my tongue twist. So before we left the previous section, we did leave on a cliffhanger as I had a question for you. So you had some time to think about it and answer us. So we just like to know, before we move on to your dancing career, one last question on the chess player inside. How was the team chosen for the Olympiads?
So we have two competitions. The one is a qualifier, which everyone can compete in, and then the top 10 from that competition goes to the next competition, and then the top 5 of that competition is the team.
Okay.
So yeah, we have.
So you really went through it all to get to where you were.
Yes,
okay, and it's safe to assume that with every competition it gets tougher and tougher because you need to choose the best of the best.
Yes.
Right, so that is wrapping it up for our chess player. Now I want to know more about the dancer within you. So to kick off with this part of it, can you tell us which genres, categories dancing do you currently pursue?
I'm currently doing ballet. That's my main focus right now. Beginning of this year, I was doing modern dancing, and I had a show in that was really nice. We did Alice in Wonderland.
Okay, which character were you?
I was the White Rabbit.
Okay.
Yes.
That's pretty cool. Well, after this, I'll have to go check out the screenshots again because I do remember I wanted to attend it because I saw the posters everywhere. It was quite advertised because I know this is a big show that happens every year, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, my studio, we have one show every second year.
Okay, yeah, the previous year it was the Nutcracker and this year it was...
Yeah, the Nutcracker was my ballet studio.
Oh, okay, so you have a lot going on. Clearly it's too much for me to keep up on. But with this dancing career, you also took part in the Namibian Championships of the Performing Arts.
Yes,
Can you tell us what you did there? What really inspired, the dance moves? Of course, you have a coach or a trainer. I don't know which you prefer to call your trainer/coach. But what really inspired the music choice, the song choice, the dance moves, and in what categories did this fall? And overall, what was the result of this competition?
I entered 5 dances.
Okay.
It was quite last minute. I think I started choreographing 2-3 weeks before the competition.
Okay, that's still ample time, but for 5 different categories, I think you pushed the limits, the boundaries, just a little bit there.
I had my coach choreographed my hip hop dance. It was my first ever time competing a hip hop dance. I'm not necessarily trained in hip hop. Yes, and then the other 4 I did in my room, in my garage.
Okay, so the other 4 were more like original pieces that you just threw together.
Yes.
And what was the result from your 5 categories?
I won gold in all
For
my-
everything.
in all my
Well,
categories.
you see, now we know that you're a dancer, you're a chess player, and from the sounds of it all, a choreographer in the future. Is that something you would want to pursue in the future?
Yes, I definitely like to choreograph, but I'd rather perform. I really like being on stage.
Okay, well, a self-taught choreographer, the choreographer is too much. That teaches you like your own moves. That is pretty cool. Well, before we waste too much time, I'm really interested in seeing how this frosting is made. So in front of us we have butter, vanilla essence, we have milk, icing sugar, and again cocoa powder. This brownies usually have so much cocoa powder in it. I'm asking because I've never made brownies before.
I'm
guys.
not sure. I've only ever really made this recipe.
Well, let's dive in because after this we get to taste if what we're doing is the right thing.
Yes.
So I'll just put this on for you. Oh, I forgot to plug it on, guys. Just give me a sec while I get lost here. Okay, is it on? No. Nakikat ko dat. Well, that is pretty interesting to hear. Let's see, future choreographer. We'll see where this career takes you. But before we chat too much, let us get into making our frosting. What is the first step?
We're gonna melt the butter and cocoa again, like the first.
Okay, so it's more or less the same momentum that we had when we made our brownies.
Yeah.
Okay. So besides this new venture into hip hop, like you mentioned, you're not really trained in the area, it's your first time, and you managed to grab a gold. What other dancing styles are you possibly thinking of maybe trying out in the future?
I definitely want to continue the hip hop.
Okay. Clearly you're good at it, so.
Other styles. With my modern dancing, we learned a lot of contemporary and jazz, lyrical. So I have that. Any new styles? I'd love to go back to Latin and ballroom dancing. That was a lot of
So that
fun.
is something that you used to do in the past?
Yes, just before COVID, I did Latin and ballroom, but when COVID hit, I never really went back afterwards.
Everyone's kind of forced to put all extra stuff on hold
Yeah.
for now.
Yeah, unfortunately, with the social distancing,
Yeah,
Latin
and you
ballroom
need,
didn't.
you need a partner when
need
you
a
want a
partner.
Latin dance. You
Yes.
can't- It looks a bit, well, you can do a few things on your own, but it's not really the same.
Yeah,
Okay, what do you need next?
we can put it off. Can I
Yeah,
just?
you can just tap it off there.
Okay.
Beat the milk.
Yes, we can add the rest of
I think you
Thank you.
can kind of still put this piece of butter in.
Eureka.
Just scrape it off there. And then we got our icing sugar. Okay. We said 1 teaspoon.
Teaspoon,
Okay.
yes.
Okay. So I know from personal experience, because I also took part in the Namibian Championships last year, again this year, that the opportunity when you win gold at the Namibian Championships means that you qualify to represent Namibia in Los Angeles. So is this something that you would like to do, or is it something that just at this moment doesn't seem like something you should pursue?
I would definitely like to
Yeah.
take part in it. Sounds like a really lovely experience.
It's just the logistics you still need to figure out, but
Yes.
if possible,
If
you would
possible.
probably like to do that.
Yes.
Because I know that this experience for many others who in previous years, the team that went with me, it was quite an experience. And if you manage to get gold for your hip hop without even being someone that does hip hop, you would do amazing at Worlds. So I'm excited to hear your final decision whether Worlds will be it for you, whether you're gonna go. Because I'm sure the prepping for NAM Champs, you did it in 3 to 2 weeks.
Yeah, 2 weeks.
So to do 5 different dance styles, one you're not even trained in the span of 2 to 3 weeks, and manage to scoop gold for all of them, that is crazy. Didn't you also win another award, like an overall dancing award, or?
No.
I just remember you going up for so many gold medals, and every time all the other dancers were just cheering for you. And that's what I loved about the competition, is everyone supported everyone so much. And everyone was rooting, even though if we were both in the same category, same age group, if you won gold, the next person that you competed against would be so happy for you. And that was probably an experience for you. This is your first time competing in the NAM Champs as well.
No, this is my second
Your
year.
second time. When was your first year competing?
I think it was last year.
Last year. What happened last year? Did you also scoop a gold? I'm sure you did.
Yeah, I had 2 dances. I had gold for one and silver for another.
Okay, well, performing is obviously just in your blood. Besides dancing at these competitions, is there any art form you possibly would like to do, whether it's modeling, singing, acting? Or I know there's also photography and artwork. Is there any of those art forms that you potentially feel like you would like to explore and could excel in?
As of right now, dancing is
The main focus.
my main focus, yes. In my show this year with modern dancing, we had speaking roles and there was a bit of acting in it, and I found that I quite enjoyed that, playing a different character.
So maybe in the future we could see you testing the waters in the acting sphere.
Yes,
Well, that would
very,
be really
very possible.
exciting to see. Actually, I'm sure you're excited to see if you actually enjoy this as much as you did with the showcase. Well, I'm assuming our icing is done.
Yes, it is.
Okay, we'll just put that to the side. Before we go on another break, I just have to ask, you have a busy schedule and I'm sure you're still in school. I'm assuming that you have a lot on your plate. Do you play sports?
Other than chess, no.
And sports, chess is a sports, guys. It is a sports. How do you manage to put your schoolwork as a priority, still have time for your chess, still have time for your dancing, and make time for yourself and your family?
I'm not really sure. It kind of just falls into place. Yeah, loving dance so much, I don't have to put as much effort into working on it. It's very enjoyable
passion does
to.
also, well, they say when you do something that you have a passion for, it doesn't feel like work. So that probably helps you a lot in terms of managing time management, prioritizing things.
Yes.
Well, yeah, then you maybe have a secret talent for time management that you yourself aren't even aware of. But that is great to hear that it doesn't just overwhelm you. I'm sure there are days where you feel a bit overwhelmed, but in retrospect, when you look back, you're like, you're proud of yourself for getting to all aspects of your life and just spending time alone as well, looking after yourself, because I know it's important. For any performing arts to truly give it your all, you also need to self-care, so you can give it your all. So viewers, I am having so much fun talking to Jamie, but we have to go and pour our frosting over our brownie. So when we come back, we'll be cutting it up and we'll be tasting it, and we will give our honest opinion of whether what we did today was actually brownies or just, a winged thing. But we will see you guys right after this break. Okay viewers, we are at my favorite part. We get to eat what we have slaved for in the kitchen. But before we do, we made this nice bowl of whipped cream. I know it doesn't look like whipped cream in the store, but I promise you it does taste like whipped cream. So can you just tell our viewers how you made this whipped cream?
Okay, so I just threw some heavy whipping cream, icing sugar, and a little bit of vanilla essence, and whipped that all together to
make the texture that we have now.
Yes.
So we took our frosting, we made holes in our brownies, and we threw it over the warm brownie batch, just so it can all just sink in and make it nice and moist. So it's gooey, it's moist, and it has whipped cream, guys. So it's really the recipe to go for. Now we've come to the moment of truth. Are you ready?
Yes.
Are you ready to see if you can actually make an American style brownie?
I'm ready.
Okay. Moment of truth, guys, is when we cut this and it looks like a brownie on the inside, it most likely will taste like a brownie. Okay, here we go. I'm just gonna cut a row. And then I think these pieces are sufficient brownie pieces. I just don't know how to scoop them out without breaking them.
There you go.
Okay, that is a nice enough scoop, I think.
Yes.
Okay. They look like brownies. So I think they'll taste like brownies. You may add our whipped cream for us.
Would you like it on top or on the side?
Put it on top. It will act like a frosting.
A little more, or
I think that's sufficient for me.
there you go.
Okay guys, before we continue this lovely conversation, let's do this. On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. With a little bit of whipped cream on it. They are really sweet, but I think the whipped cream kind of balances it out just a little bit.
Yeah.
I like this. I like Namibian style brownies a bit more, but this is good. My viewers know I'm a messy eater, so I prefer to finish my dish when the camera is off. I'm going to save this and the rest of this for a bit later. Before we say bye to the viewers, I just want to find out, we know that your love for chess stemmed from your parents kind of pushing you into that direction, but where did the love for dancing really come from?
I'm not so sure. I've always loved dancing. My mom, it's actually quite a funny story. When I was maybe 3 or 4 years old, I used to make little tickets that my parents and my brother had to buy to come watch my show, and I'd perform for them.
That
And
is really cute.
I started training around the age of 6, but yeah, I've been dancing since I could remember.
It's
I've
one of
always
those
loved
stories, it's giving those Oprah or Ellen DeGeneres interviews where it's like, I danced before I could even walk type of interviews. Well, that is amazing. Well, then we can truly say this is a passion. And these type of things don't easily fade away. Clearly, if you've had training since 6 years old and you're still doing it at 16, 10 years of training and you're still going strong for it, it really shows a passion for that. Now, we know that 16, that's grade 10 if I'm not mistaken,
Yes.
10th grade. You seem like a very smart girl, so it's safe to assume that AS levels are there for the future. So you have 2 more years to go. After these 2 years, what is your plan of action? Are you going to study into the direction of the arts, or is there something more scientific? You want to go to law? What is the plan after you have graduated high school?
Definitely performing arts.
You definitely want to do that. There's no
yeah,
way you're not
yeah.
leaving that.
Yeah.
That is great, specifically for the dancing.
Yes, specifically dancing. Maybe a little acting and photography could be really
Okay,
cool.
photography as well. But I'm sure you're going to make time for your chase as well, because
Yes,
it's not something that's
definitely.
going to die out anytime soon.
Definitely.
Have you looked into where you'd like to study yet?
I'm not so sure about that
Well,
one.
luckily, you have 2 years to figure that out. And I'm
Yes.
sure with all of the competitions that you're doing, the opportunities will pop up. Like I said, there's worlds that you qualified for. Where if you decide that this is something that you want to do next year, opportunities may pop up from that. There's so much more opportunities that can come from this. But before we go off screen and eat the rest of this, I might actually eat this whole batch, but I will try and leave some for our camera woman, I promise. Do you have any advice for our young dancers out there who are just, because we know that performing arts in Namibia is not something that's really pushed, that's supported as much. But do you have advice for our young girls or boys out there who want to pursue dancing as a career but just need that extra push, maybe a word of motivation, encouragement for them?
So definitely, if that's what you want to do, to definitely just keep training and making time for it and doing a lot of research, and not only dancing but watching dancing or whatever performing arts that is, to just be more inspired.
Okay, yeah, so like we all know, if you have a dream, you have to just reach for it. No dream is impossible. So I wish, from What's Cooking and the What's Cooking family, we wish you all the best with your dancing and chess career, with the last 2 years of your high school, because things from school level are only going to get a bit more intense, and we really hope and pray that it does not give you that, overwhelming feeling dealing with all the other aspects. But from What's Cooking, congratulations on qualifying. Congratulations with your chess career.
Thank you.
Please, we will keep you guys updated as Jamie Lee possibly pursues Worlds next year. Fingers crossed. So let's dig into the rest of our brownie batch.
Yes.
From What's Cooking, me and Jamie, we are signing off.